Thank you very much, Ed. Ah, I hope, yes, we have sound. You have sound. I think you have sound. You should have sound. Wow. Serious amateur mistake. Forgot to put my microphone in. Hello, Ed and Anita, and thank you very much, Ed. That better? Um, yeah, you probably saw I was chundering on. I was saying um, hello to Wes, who just liked the page. I hope you're staying and watching. I hope you can chat because I haven't seen you for a while. And when I don't see you, I miss you. So it'd be nice to speak to you. Hope everything's okay for you. Seen a few pictures on Facebook. You look, seen a few smiles on your face. So, oh, I've got a click going on there. So, you're about ready to start. I'll explain the whole thing in a minute to anybody that hasn't seen it all before. I mean, what you're seeing at the moment basically is a bit of a chat page, a map with a little red dot on. That's actually two little red dots, just because it's a little while away. A little sign that's just come up on my computer saying my Amazon package was delivered. I know that already. And a map that is very, very far away at the moment, but I just wanted to do that so I can show you. We're doing Land's End to John O'Groats, for those that don't know. And we're into that bit already. So started at John O'Groats, actually did a couple of pre-stages, but we've already gone past Inverness, and we're now going round, begins with G, big national park, can't remember where it is, can't remember the name of it at the moment. But on the Fridays, I usually I've decided I need to either do a recovery ride or do nothing basically. So instead of the next stage that's coming up, which will come up on Saturday at 2 o'clock, is a pretty long one. And there's no way I could have done that today. I have to take certain medications today, which make me feel pretty rubbish, although I don't feel too bad at the moment. So I wanted to do just a little. Hello, Teresa, possibly Nick. Teresa Better Half, hi. Oh, that's debatable, Nick. I think Teresa's. Oh, no, I'm not going to start an argument. Sorry, I was just looking at the chat then. Just in case, I think Teresa on there is possibly Nick, who husband of mine. Yeah, so alongside doing John O'Groats to Land's End, I also want to try and make sure, just because that's the kind of OCD person I wanted to try and do a bit more of the actual real top to bottom. So we're doing the islands that kind of come in line with that. So Shetland Islands, Auckland Islands. After that, obviously, it's all mainland. And then I'll probably do things like Isle of Wight and things like that. I'm not going to do all the islands down the side. That'd end up being longer than the whole ride itself. So this is the first island ride that I haven't started yet. I will in a minute, I promise you. It's the first island ride, which is basically the very top of the Shetland Islands. We're doing, which is a little island called Ernst. It's a nice, for me, shortish ride, certainly compared to what I would have been doing. So I'll zoom in a bit closer. So there you can see the Orkney Islands at the top of Britain, and then we're at the Shetland Islands above that. And as I zoom in, you can see I've already done a bit of the ride, but I'll go back to the beginning. Don't worry about that. Yeah, so that is it. So this is the little island we're doing here, basically. It's called Ernst. And then we'll go on to Yell the next time I do it. That won't be tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll be back on Britain again, doing the normal, back on Britain. This is Britain. Back onto the mainlands. And and doing that part of the ride then. But I'll work my way across Shetland bit by bit on the Fridays, and we are starting as far as I could get up north because there aren't any roads past that point. So I wouldn't want to trespass. And as you can see, I'm going to stop it there, so it'll let me go back to there. We're starting at Hermanus National Nature Reserve. So, without further ado, let's officially get this underway. Welcome everybody to the stream. I'm going to be riding tonight and chatting to you, and I hope that you enjoy it. And I hope that the figures and everything come up on this screen at the top. There we go. All the figures have come up. Wow, that's mountainy. I just need to get back onto my page now so I can see the chat and things. Okay. Not sure is that close enough? Shall I go in one more? I don't know whether that would be too. That should be right, shouldn't it? We'll see. See how it goes, can't we? Let's say fairly short stage today, just to keep me going. So, for people watching, I'll explain the screen. Hi, Sean. Morning. You need to do the Isle of Man. Don't discriminate your islands. There are hundreds of islands, Sean. If I went from start to finish on every single island, I will do as many as I can that will fit in between the ride, basically. But I reckon if I did top to bottom of all the islands, went down all the islands on the west-hand side, there's not many on the east-hand side, but I'm sure there are some, you know, and all, because then I'm taking into places I wouldn't even, like Anglesey and things like that, and all of those places that you wouldn't hit if you were doing John O'Groats to Land's End. I wouldn't hit, well, obviously you wouldn't hit any of them, but I'm just trying to stretch the distance out. I may do, if I get a chance. Tell you what, if once I get a bit more of a hang of this program, you and Nick seem to it winds up to a challenge. I will do the Isle of Man circuit. Definitely want to do the Isle of Wight because I've been there and I love the Isle of Wight. And I want to go through God's Hill because I love God's Hill, and there's a special person there who want to be able to go hello. Maybe not like that. Maybe hello, a bit more manly. Hello, hello. Don't know, something like that. Anyway. Right, 3-second rule not working. Rather 15-second delay. Text delay before you see it. You also convinced me today. It sounded too good to be true. 3-second rule not working. Oh yeah, I didn't say it was good. I said that's what you can get to if it all works. Not if you try and get the delay. This is Nick is saying about there's a delay basically for those also who may not know yet. So when you're streaming live, but there's actually a delay in the time, which can be, depending on the settings and things, anything up to 40 seconds. You can, if you really know what to do, get it down to about 3 seconds. I found out yesterday I didn't really know what to do. I knew how to wipe everything that I had worked for over the last 2 weeks completely off my computer, I'm very good at that, but I didn't in the end get to reduce it. I think I reduced it probably, yeah, to about 15-20 seconds. So if you write something in the chat, there will be a delay from when it comes up. I think I see it a little bit quicker here now than I do there. Um, uh, so bear with me if you write something and I don't answer you straight away. Um, and there's also the delay from my eyes and my brain that I may not see it first of all, like I saw Sean's first and then I went back to Nick's, because that's my dyslexia at the end of the day. But I'm glad I convinced you to come and watch anyway. I'm glad you got on tonight. Nick, for some reason, couldn't find um, the stream last night. I don't know whether that was me or him. Uh, let's find out who wants to. Sean, if you type the words yes, ready in chat, but don't send it yet, right? And as soon as I go send, you send it, and I'll see how quick it comes up on here. Okay. So I'll give you a minute just to type it up. Well, both you and Nick, if you both write, or anybody have the word. What did I say? The word yes. Yes. Have the word yes ready. Now let's think of a better word than yes. Have the word wonderful. Let's see how many wonderfuls we get up on the screen. Have the word wonderful ready on your text, ready to send. Don't send it yet. Okay? And I'll give you a few seconds to write that down in your text box ready. So I'll give you okay, so you got that ready. When I say go, not yet, when I say go, click send. On your marks, get set, go. I'm waiting. But none of you have actually typed it now. Oh, yeah, 15 seconds. There we go. Thank you, Nick. I got one wonderful. Probably sarcastic as well. Thank you for that. So there's about a 15-second delay. There we go. All of that effort to find that out. So the other thing, if anybody, oh, Sean was slower. Nick must have a faster. You must have pushed it a little bit, giving it a bit of a head start down the internet. Sean's has just arrived. That's not too bad a delay, is it? Better than the 40 seconds. So, fairly short stage today. If there's anybody else out there wants to join in, this is one thing that we do. You can either type it on there or you can keep it to yourself. We try and guess how many miles we are going to do on this stage. And to give you a help with the guess, if you look at the figures at the top of the screen, the one next to the time that's moving along, which is 7 minutes, 8 minutes, 18 seconds, is the distance in miles. So we have so far done 1.2 miles. Now, if you look at the bottom of the screen, there's a white squiggly line. That's the elevation, that's the hills and what have you. But what you can gain from that is that the beginning of that white line is the beginning on the left hand side, and the end of the white line is the end. And a little bit along that white line is a red line sticking up, and that is where we are at the moment. So take all those bits of information, Nick's already done it, and see if you can guess to the nearest tenth of a mile how far we are going to travel today. It's a bit of fun. I will give you at least 80% of nothing for that prize. Well, I am trying out my new cycle shoes today. I decided that if I'm going to do this, I need to alternate between cycle shoes, because that's what you do when you're doing running and things like that, or you should do. Never wear the same pair of running shoes all the time. Always alternate between two sets. So yeah. So we're half an hour theoretically into it, except we're not. We're 10 minutes into it. But luckily it's a short stage, so it won't matter so much. Thanks everybody for joining. I've got one announcement to make. I'm hoping that she's watching at the moment. I've already spoken to her today. Special birthday today. Why am I getting emotional about this? I suppose because I haven't seen them for a while. My daughter, Isabel Neve, it's her birthday today. So I just want to say happy birthday, love you, and we're gonna have a house party, which is a kind of, what is it, chat programmy kind of thing. Hopefully on, when did we say now? Saturday, I think we said. So really lovely to talk to you today. I hope that the rest of your day has been really good fun, and I hope that this evening is going to be really good fun for you, as much as it can be at the moment. And we're all going to get together and have a multiple birthday party when it's all over, for all the family that have missed out on birthdays, or will miss out on birthdays. So love you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you. I said I wouldn't sing happy birthday to you, but I have just done it. Nita's got a guess in, so she's 12.8. Teresa Nick's got his guess in, 11.9. I'm going to write those down, and then I'll talk about where we're going to. Oh, you're confusing me. I'll keep writing Teresa, and I should be writing Nick. Teresa having a guess then. You get two then. And don't pretend she's having a guess and have two separate guesses, Nick. That's cheating. 11.9. And I presume you can see chat, Izzy, unless you're watching it on Facebook. So just to let you know, Ed and Anita said happy birthday to you. Oh, you're going fast now. Crikey, you're all there. You're hiding. 11.9. Anita is 12.8. Shout out if I got it wrong. Joe. Hi, Joe. Hi, babe. Is 13.6. How are you, Joe? Sean is 12.4. And Diane. Hello, Diane. Hope you're okay. Hi, Chris. Chris is Diane. No, Chris is not Diane. Chris is with Diane. Possibly. Allegedly. D is 14. Straight 14. Right, got those down. So it's just Eds I haven't got, I think, are the people that I can see watching. So we started off at Hermanus National Nature Reserve, and we are going to Belmont House, Belmont. Every time I've seen to show pictures of these places in Scotland, um, uh, they seem to get more and more beautiful. It's going to go the other way one day, but I won't be saying that because that would be rude to the people who own that particular property. So I am going to switch the screen over just for a second. Oh, Chris says hello. Hello, Chris. Just so that you can have a look at where we are heading towards, which, as I say, is Belmont House, Belmont, which is right, basically, it's where we would go to get the ferry to the next island. We're actually going to go past the house when we finish and finish right on the end of the road just before we fall in the water, basically. So just so you get a little idea of what it looks like. I'm just going to show you this first. That's the map of the Shetland Islands, and we're at the very top one, as you can see, called Unst. It's a bit like beatbopping, isn't it? Unst, 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 unst. I'm trying to find the blooming screen now. There it is. There. That is Belmont House. Look at that, Auroris borealis, named after the famous Boris. No, it's not. Yeah, and it looks just as beautiful inside. Self-catering, this one. So it's not strictly a guest house or B&B, but if you were starting, you might have a few days, before we started off at the Shetland Islands. So yeah, lovely. Oh, I just noticed that the chat box needs to go right up there. That's better. And it needs to go right over there. It must have got moved. That's better. At least a bit of editing while I'm going along. I'll go back to my ugly mug now. Thanks, Joe. Glad you're okay. Friday's good day. I had my injection. Didn't hurt. Didn't make my leg go like it's done a couple of times, which is really annoying sometimes, especially if the injection comes out. And I don't feel too bad for it. So cool. Yeah. Had a little sesh on the game on Dark and Light with Nick, stroke Teresa. While I was having my little downtime, I managed to get a little bit. I had a list of things that I had to do. I did all the ones I could. Some of them I couldn't. I had to sort some more injections out, but they never got back to me. So be it. Put the new cleats on my shoes, and they seem to be okay. I can live with these. I think I'll always prefer my other ones because they're really good ones. These are kind of just an in between. I'm just looking at my feet on the camera, and the angle of the camera makes my legs look really weird. And it looks like I've got tiny little legs and a big body, which it kind of has actually. You having a guest? Oh, you've had a guest, haven't you, Joe? Have I missed Ed's or no? You haven't had a guest, Ed. He's got a reputation to keep up. 2 wins in a row. Um, got another announcement to make. Big thank you. I can't show you at the moment because I can't even get to the camera, but some stage, might probably do it over the weekend. I'll take the camera around the bike and the setup and show people basically just just a couple of minutes at some stage. Might do it on the Sunday. I might split Sunday up into 2 sections, and then so I can actually stop the trainer and have a a few-minute break. I'll just take the camera off the tripod and go round. Now I've got the camera set up a bit better. I've fiddled with the settings. I've changed. I won't get it. It's very boring and I can't really explain it really. But yeah, I've changed stuff with the camera, which I think makes it a little bit more automatic on what it's doing now. So how does the picture look? Is what I'm asking. Yeah, sorry, I'll go back to that. Massive thank you. As you know, I was having problems with the sensor on the trainer, that it was eating up batteries like nobody's business, and suddenly realised that I'm going to spend my life savings on batteries doing this. So I came up with an idea of being able to convert the sensor into mains powered one. It's only a 3-volt, but obviously you can get 3-volt AC/DC converters. So I need to get one. Well, I didn't need to get one about the right milliamps. As long as you're over, that's all that matters. But I didn't want it masses of power in it, because at the end of the day, there's water and stuff around. So I got all the bits and pieces. Now, one of the neighbours that already is helping us out a lot. We're getting our shopping sometimes and things like that. Always ring when they're going out. Cut the grass, all sorts of things, they're just wonderful neighbours. Michelle and Pete, Sean. I asked because I knew that Sean, the son, was electrician, and I was a bit worried about just connecting this up myself. I was pretty certain I knew what I needed to do and what wires were what on it, but I just wanted a bit of reassurance. So I asked if Sean if he'd got multi, could check it out, which he agreed to do. His dad, Sean's more of actually an electrician. As it happens, his dad does a lot of sort of radio stuff and bits and pieces, so he's more into that type of electronics. So during the clap, Linda took it over in a plastic bag, and it came back. I said, "Oh, great! Is it as we thought it was going to be? Is that what I need to do?" And he'd done it. He'd done it even better, because I was going to have to make a little fake battery up and a bit of tinfoil, blah blah blah, all properly soldered up. Plugged it in, put it in, installed it where it needs to go. I'll show you later. I then had put a plug and things on it so I can disconnect and connect it to the line, and it works absolutely brilliant. So no more batteries in that bit. The other things, the other sensors don't eat the batteries. The other sensors are still round about the 100% mark on the batteries. Since I started riding, they'll probably last about a year, the batteries in each of those. So thank you, Pete. Saved my day. And it's really good to have really good neighbours at the end of the day. And thank you, Michelle, for doing bits of our shopping and bits and pieces and things like that. And thanks, Sean, for offering, even though your dad ended up doing it, that if he had been the one that was there to do it, he would have done it as well. So thank you, Bill. I think that's all my thank yous out of the way for today. So I spoke to Sharon, who I'm not sure whether she's the owner or runs it or what actually, of Belmont House, and everybody up that way seems to be really, really friendly. Everybody up further north you go, the more friendly they get. Always used to say it's the other way around, didn't they? Maybe we just find that people throughout Britain are friendly in general. And I suppose the people I am ringing up are all in the hospitality trade. But she was really nice. We had a little laugh and bits and pieces. Same situation as everybody else in the hospitality trade. It's not great at the moment. Wish to luck. I hope she said she would try and get on and have a watch. I emailed her the links. So, oh, sorry, I should be looking at the chat as well. Thank you, Diane. Yeah, it looks. I think it looks brighter, as in just actually sharper and everything. Probably more luck with judgment. So yeah, Sharon, if you are there and you can't chat or you don't want to chat, that's entirely up to you at the end of the day. If you just want to watch, then that's fine. Keep getting a click on that. Nice to speak to you, and hope you're enjoying watching it. And for everybody else who's watching it, if you'd like to press, if you would be so kind as to hit that like button, it just gets it seen by more people so we can get more money for the charities. I think there's one thing we can see about Unt is it's hilly. I think when I spoke to Sharon on the phone, she thought I was going to do the Shetland Islands because I was saying I was just doing it as a special kind of stage. She thought I was going literally top to bottom of the Shetland Islands. She says, "You won't do that in a session." Just trying to see the top height. Oh wow! If I'm looking right at that. That's about 3,000. I'm gonna stop pedaling. Bad. Oh, I can see it a bit clearer. Wow, 3,128 feet. And we go down to almost zero. We do go down to zero, so we have elevation climbs of 3,128 feet. I am glad for this particular session because I can see that big climb in the middle that today is on a bike trainer and not a bike. Although I would love to see some of that scenery. That place looks absolutely amazing. Mrs. Macaroni's not here today. Well, not here today. She's been here today. She's been working. She has gone out to do the shop. So there'll be no half-time cup of tea at the Macaroni Cafe. Is the map zoomed out enough? Are you happy with it like that? Should I go out one more click, or are you happy? Sticky peanut butter, chicken and rice. Oh, what's for tea? Sticky peanut butter, chicken and rice. That sounds, that sounds, Just rice, not rice and peas. Sounds like something that should have rice and peas with it. Do you like the shoes, Joe? They're even more orange than the other orange ones, I think. Da, 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 da. Da, da, da. Haven't quite adjusted the cleats right yet, I don't think. This one needs to go over that way for another day. I have to remember that. This one's all right. That one needs to go slightly out that way. I can handle that. Do that straight after, remember. It's yummy. It sounds absolutely amazing. Maize balls. Perf with surf. Love peanut butter. Love chicken. Love rice. Love sticky. All the perfect ingredients. What does it err towards then, Deanne? Is it more a sort of, because I can kind of see a satay kind of thingy going on there. So is it more like Chinese, or is it more like West Indian, or is it like neither of those and I'm barking at the wrong tree? My ambition, Joe, is to be completely clad in orange by the end of this bike ride. I will become the official human Jaffa. That doesn't sound good, does it? No. Human orange, not seedless. Easy peel. Why did it come up with show don't show? I pressed show. Hello, Mark. Nice to see you. You do. I know when I've been tangoed. Everybody else knows when they've been tangoed, because that's when my orange bowls hit their bowls on. Yeah, still play that stupid game. How are you? It's been a long, long, long time since I've seen you. I wouldn't say the last time I saw you were a child, but you pretty much almost were, I think. So I see pictures of you on Facebook. Looks like you have a lovely life. So nice to see you again. Mark was an old, well, the family were family. You know when you have family friends, yeah, like that. Yeah. So when I was living in Fairford, I was going to say nice to see you, but I can't see you. So yeah, Mark says you know when you've been tangoed, because I'm not sure the YouTube ones can see that. I think they can. Oh, you can see it on the screen, can't you? I am fine. Lockdown. Not allowed out of the house because I have some health things that stop me going out of the house, which is kind of why I'm doing this, really. Obviously, I'm doing it for charity, but the whole thing was, once I got the letter saying you're not allowed outside the house, and I was just about getting into that. Well, there was a stage I couldn't work at that stage anyway, but I could still go out and bike ride, which was quite nice because I've got into bike riding a little bit. Well, I hadn't. I'd actually stopped doing it. I just started doing it again. I thought, oh, great opportunity. The weather's getting nicer. I can do it. And then to get told I couldn't go out on my bike, I thought, well, I've got to be able to cycle some way. So that's where the cycle trainer came along. And then the idea, and then the stream, and it grew and it grew, and now it's massive. I have at least 7 followers. I am a YouTube stroke Facebook live sensation. Not yet, but it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day it's about raising money. And we're up to £400. I just thought to say I had another donation from a Mrs. She's on the screen here, Deanne Davis, and Chris. Said Deanne and Chris, thank you very, very, very much. Big donation as far as I'm concerned. So very, very grateful. Thank you very much. Thank you. How are the rest of your family and sisters, Mark? You came on earlier on, didn't you? In the very, very early stages. I remember now, actually. Alzheimer's is getting to me. Yes, my birthday girl. I say my birthday girl sister. My birthday girl daughter, Isabel, and Mark's younger sister. Oh, Ashley. I'm trying to think because there's lots of words. Yeah, Ashley. We're very, very good friends. And that's how the families became friends. So. I've got a message from Deanne. I don't want to click on it and ruin. I can be brave. I'm going to be brave. Oh, you idiot! What have I done? I've lost you. Let's get you back up. No, you're in Messenger. I'm sure you're in Messenger. Oh, it's a picture. I wish I was clever enough to go transfer that onto there, show everybody. That's what it was. It wouldn't come up on the screen. I think you tried to put it on the chat, didn't you? Try again and see if I can, because it gave me an option to show it or not. And I tried to click on it and I clicked the thing next to it. Well, that's the picture of what you're going to make, isn't it? Yeah, get out on it, Mark. It's good fun. My mate Sean's going to be hopefully getting one in the near future, so we can start biking and getting ready for hopefully one day doing this for real with Isaac. Get that back up so that I can see what's going on. Ah, Jan says, very welcome. Love you. And Joe put Piercy Paste #1 fan there. I'm not sure I get that. I know, I understand the Piercy Paste. And I can't ask questions without probably getting myself in a lot of trouble to understand what you mean by it, Joe. So I'll have to ask you afterwards. Oh, 6.4 miles already. Getting there. Although I can imagine, because I get a different kind of resistance to what the hills show on that. Hello, I wouldn't be able to do this what I'm doing there. But I imagine that's a killer, that hill there. But when we get to the top, and I could go whee for about 2 miles, that I don't get the benefit of that either. So oh, I see. Yeah, still can't say anything about that at all. But yes, I understand. I get it. Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. End of. It hasn't scrolled up on that screen. So it just says, you like getting sticky. End. I wonder why it doesn't. Stupid thing. I need to leave the cursor in a more safer place. Keep worrying because I've got it on. I'm going to say hands-free, wireless at the moment. It's a dual. You're going to have it wired or wireless, but it's just easy wireless at the moment. Obviously, it goes to sleep. You have to click it, and my worry is that it'll be over the end stream button just as I click it. So, have I got anything else I needed to talk about? So yeah, we'll be back to the normal ride tomorrow. A pretty long one, starting at 2 o'clock. So I certainly won't be going hell for leather. I'll be taking my time. So I'll make sure I get to the end of it. So that will be so we won't be doing the Shetlands. When we do the Shetlands, when we carry on, so we're doing at the moment, and then we do Yell, and then mainland, and then I might do Fair Isle, because you always hear about Fair Isle. It looks very small, but you know, could maybe add that onto the mainland, and then we'd go on to the Orkneys, which I think we do. I mean, we're not doing every single island. I'm trying to do a sort of a, like you're doing with John O'Groats, the Land's End, trying to sort of get from one end to the other. So North Ronalds Say, Papa, West Ray, Ede, Rousay, Mainland, Borough, South Ronalds Say. That's what we'll be doing on the Orkney Islands. Going past a town on the mainland with a very rude name. Can't say. Sharon would know, but I'm sure she is way too nice to say it. And we'd probably get banned on YouTube. Well, we shouldn't do because it's place name at the end of the day. Past 7 miles. Oh, my bum hurts. Oh. So I'm just stretching my legs. Probably looks very weird. Bit sensitive in these new shoes because I don't know what the angle is where they'll slip off which would be very painful if you did that. No, they seem to be brave, test them out. Look at that. Full height, almost perpendicular, stayed in the clips. How easy do they unclip? Oh, it's not very easy at all. It'd need a bit of adjustment. Oh, not too bad. That's all right. Just thinking about if I ever get to use these off the bike. The other ones I'm really used to, so you kind of know the resistance that you need to get your feet out and the angle that you need to. You have to turn your foot sideways to get it out the clip. And I just suddenly thought, mozzarella sticks with dinner tonight. Oh, nice bit of mozzarella. I've got some salmon out the fridge, salmon fillets. I have no idea what I'm going to do with them yet, or if I am, because Mrs. Macaroni comes back from Aldi with a ready meal and they can wait till the next day. What bite do I have here, Mike? I have the Orbea. It's the, is it the MX 27.5? You can have a mountain or a road in it. I've got a sort of road cross kind of tyre on at the moment, because obviously I'm not going anywhere on it, but I was doing mainly road towards the end, so I took the mountain bike tyres off because my body wasn't allowing me to do anything really too much like that. So I was just doing some nice steady bike road riding. Love it. Front suspension, solid rear, but I got seat pole suspension, so there is suspension in the back, which obviously I don't need either of them for now. Lockable suspension, hydraulic disc brakes front and back, pretty much everything Shimano, except the chain, which is KCG. It is a, yeah, it's one of them. I've got to look now. It's annoying me that I can't remember. Will I be able to see it? Ugh. It's KMC. So that's the only thing that isn't Shimano, but KMC chains are better than Shimano chains anyway. That's what I say. And it's an X, which they're really good for changing, and they're really quiet. The only real sound you can hear is the trainer actually. Shimano gears, 8-speed rear cassette, with a three front, so 24 gears, which is more than enough really for what I need. I know on like a racer you'll get your 33 gears or whatever, but 22, yeah, but gives me lots of variation. What else can I tell you about it? That's about it. My baby. You lot have been chatting since I said that. Have you? Got some. Oh, did you? We had our last. I was just looking. Sorry, Diane's just said. Well, she hasn't just said because I haven't been paying attention. A little while ago, Diane said that she's got some unicorn ice cream from Aldi today. If you haven't had it before, it is yummy, yummy, yummy. We finished. We finished the second helping. between the two of us. We had one half, so we had a quarter each one time and a quarter each the next time. What I did, not that it hasn't got enough colours and stuff and bits already, but I sprinkled it in those little tiny marshmallows that you can put in coffees or hot chocolates. And then we had these teeny weeny, Linda, Mrs. Macaroni, has for her cakes, teeny weeny miniature Smarties. 3 of those over. Strawberry syrup. This is a fitness program, this is, by the way. And a little bit of chocolate. Strawberry sauce and then chocolate sauce. Yum. It was delicious. That's what we had last night. I didn't say what we had for tea last night because I said that I hadn't got a clue what we were going to have. We had soup, mushroom. I had mushroom. Mrs. Macaroni had tomato and toast, and then finished off with unicorn ice cream. Highly recommended ice cream, that one. It's absolutely disgustingly sweet. Joe, you will not be judged on a mixed match tea. I can guarantee that there is nobody since the beginning of this corona situation who has not had some weird and wonderful mixtures of let's just finish those things up in the freezer kind of thing. And you come up with some really good combinations that actually work. You think they're not going to work, but I need to eat those bits up. I've got a few of that bit left in that bag in the freezer, and I've got that bit in the fridge that needs eating up. Bung it all together. Beautiful. No judgment there. Done it many a times. Yeah, we I just think Joe also said about the mint chocolate chips, her favourite there. That's the two. Linda gets that one, and I must admit that is, yeah, it's probably, I reckon that's the best mint chocolate. Just in case Mark's wondering what the hell are you going on about ice cream so much for. We also have another group called We Love Ice Cream, where we just go out, wherever we go we end up eating ice cream somewhere. But that is probably the best mint flavour ice cream I've ever had. So we had both of those. So very similar to mine. Corner blast, no saddle suspension on mine. Full off-road tyres. Yeah, 27.5. Wheels. Yeah, these 27.5. Hydraulic discs. Yeah. Really light bike for the size. Yours sounds good. Yeah, mine's not really light, mainly because I'm a bit of a tourist, so I've got a rack on the back, and I'm a bit of I like my accessories, so there's loads and loads of stuff on it, but it runs really smoothly, really economically. I had it next to my son's, and we were both going down hills, freewheeling, and mine just went streets ahead of his, and his is a pretty expensive one. So yeah, really happy with it. This is the first like brand new good bike that I've ever had in my life. So it shocked the hell out of me when I put the brakes on for the first time. Going from second-hand, old-fashioned brakes to two hydraulic disc brakes. Nearly killed myself the first time I put the brakes on. So is yours an Orbea then, Mark, or is it a different make? Oh, sorry, you've got a corner blast. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this didn't have saddle suspension when I first got it, um, but I was finding it quite hard, so I just did that. It just adds a little bit into it. It's just like a little hydraulic piston, like a shock absorber inside the the seat column, because I wasn't doing mountain bikes, so I didn't need a drop seat or anything like that. Obviously, that if you've got the suspension, you can't have a drop seat on it. If you want a tyre for your 27.5, that well, we're talking bikes now. Gore, dodgy, been there before. It's kind of a road tyre with a little bit of grip on it. The ones that I got, which are Michelin Country Rock, I would highly recommend. They ain't that expensive, and they're really nice. You know, they're smooth enough to take all that effort out of going along road surfaces. Yeah, yeah. Just Google it. You'll find there's different types of suspension. Some that are liquid. To this, it is back on. Which is, I'm probably sounding really weird now because if it's back on, I'm kind of talking to myself and I'm trying to get this working again. There it is. Please be the right one. Sean Hicks is now following, it says. We're back on. Hopefully it will stay stable. I don't know whether it's the weather or what it was. We lost internet connection, I think is what happened. I'm back. Uzbekistan. Yeah, I'm actually. It's a coincidence that you switched back. I think both of them crashed. I think I lost internet connection. We lost it a little bit earlier today. I don't know if it's the weather or what it was. Um, so apologies with that. A week or two ago, I would have absolutely panicked about it. Yeah, I could see. Yeah, I was talking about the bike and everything, and I suddenly realised that it had gone red at the bottom there, um, which has still got the warning, but I can see that it's actually on now. Saying that the stream had disconnected, and it was saying trying to reconnect. Yeah, but I pedalled as slowly as I could so that I didn't go too much further than we gone. Not that that makes any difference anyway. I don't have chat in the box at the moment. I've got chat there now. Don't have just the chat there. Refresh the chat. I think everybody's on YouTube now, so for some reason I've now lost the multi-stream chat. I think that's just because it's hung itself a bit, but I can see everybody's chat as far as I know now. I see Mark's, Sean's written something, Joe's written something. I think Ed and Anita are on YouTube, so I'm guessing that they're still there unless they may have turned it off, thinking that that was probably going to be the end of it. Going back to multi-room, no, there's nothing on there. Nothing coming up in the multi-stream at the moment, so apologies if anybody is trying to chat in Facebook. I may not see it. So I'm seeing YouTube chat there. Yeah. So it's coming up on the screen okay now? You can see each other's chats, yeah? We're nearly there now by the looks of it anyway. Well, I say nearly there. A little bit to go yet, but... It did, yeah. But we're back. Yeah, you see, now I've got it on the other screen. Okay, I'm going to leave it like that now, see whether that catches up. Sean or Joe, can you or just type something into chat? I just want to see if it's coming up on the multi-stream one, just in case. Well, there's 3 people on, so that is Sean, Joe, Teresa. So Ed and Anita, or Ed, has not on it. I'm not sure whether he'll know that he needs to kind of go right back out of the channel and back in again. I'll ring him up and tell him. Hopefully he'll work that out and get back onto it. So I need somebody else just to write something in chat, just a up or oi oi or something, just so I can see that it's coming up on multi-stream. Anybody? Is anybody out there? It says I'm still connected. I hope you're still there. Okay. Nobody was watching on Facebook other than Mark. I don't think, anyway. They were, so I was right for not watching on YouTube. No, that's not true. Mark's now come on to YouTube, so that'll be okay. I can't, there's nothing I can really do about it. The only way I could get Facebook back up at this point now would be to stop the stream entirely again and then restart it, and that's no guarantee that it will come back up. It should have. It asked for details for both of them, and I put details in for both of them. And normally, when you're doing a multi-stream, it won't allow you to start until both of them have been connected. So maybe there's an issue with the Facebook thing and that crashed it. I don't know. What's that, Nick? Is that a link to something? Very weird. We are here, Sean. Yay. It's a very weird thing. I haven't been hacked, have I? Is that? Did you write that, Sean? Sean, not Sean. Nick. There's some weird writing underneath your name, like a link. If you didn't write that, let me know and I'll try and delete it. Oh! Yeah, I'd be worried then. I was thinking that somebody putting a malware link in it or something weird. I should know that. Your brain kind of works the same as me on that. It's exactly what I would have done, isn't it? Yeah. Very good. You got me. So, thanks for bearing with me. I hope we get Ed and Anita back before the end of it. It'd be a shame if they miss the end. Um, uh, seeing as they supported me all the way through all the others and everything. So, hopefully they'll get back on it. Because what they're possibly doing is staying on the same picture. And obviously all they'll be doing is starting the the downloaded version of it, which is what I did actually when I first turned it on. Dad Gossy. Stop writing things that keeps asking me whether I want to show them or not now. Stop writing weird stuff. It obviously thinks it's something malware-ish like a link, because every time you do that it comes up with a show or hide option on it, which is what I'm sort of ticking here basically. Like if you put offensive language and things in, it comes up with that. So I have to agree to let it go, which is what a moderator would do, because I am the moderator, I suppose. Need to gamma up on the camera for the last bit, if it's safe to do so. Gamma up. Well, as in put more colour into it, or you mean speed up? We're back on it. Well done, Ed. Yeah, it's a bit tricky because I can imagine what you were seeing a picture with the live on it. So when you click on it, you go onto recording as well sometimes. So I'm glad you got back on for the end. Apologies. Don't know exactly what happened. I think there may have just been a dropout in the internet. What was weird as well was loads and loads of Facebook likes came up on it, which was nice to see. I couldn't thank any of them because they were just coming up and up. So whether loads of people liked at the same time and it crashed it, I don't know. But we've lost Facebook. So if any of the Facebooks go onto YouTube to watch the last bit and do that, thank you very much for actually making the effort to do that. Mark's made the effort to come over from Facebook onto YouTube so he can watch it. And apologies that you had to do that if you've had to. Out of my control. But if you have, thanks for coming and watching the last bit, because we're on the downhill last bit of the leg, I think. Mile or two. I'm in the dark. Does it look dark? It doesn't look dark to me. Well, I suppose a little bit. Okay. Let me see if I can shed some light on it. Spread a little light and happiness. Is that any good? I don't know. Oh, maybe too bright? No. How's that? Do you like it? it's daylight again. What am I doing? I don't know. Ping! I've seen the light. Well, this sensor thing seems to be, touch wood. Hello, Miss Macaroni. Miss Macaroni's back. Got in time, just in time. So it looks like my cup of tea is going to be after we finish. I think I'll be making it. I can hear her giggling about something. What are you giggling about? She's behind me. She often speaks thinking I can hear her. I can't. So, hopefully she's managed to catch a unicorn. I'll ask her. Oh, I better not shout because it'd deafen you, wouldn't it? So. Are you happy with the light situation now on the camera? You can see me. My bright white t-shirt. I've run out of t-shirts. I've got about 4 of these white ones and 4 of the matching blue ones and 1 cycling shirt that fits. I think a washing session is needed for tomorrow. Okay. You see that person going past? There's somebody there. Yeah, so the sensors have all kept going nicely. That's what I was going to do. I was going to touch with, wasn't I? So, yeah, sensors working perfectly. It is responsible for. What is it responsible for? All the figures, except for obviously the time does itself. Yeah. Oh no, it's responsible for that theoretically, except for the yellow figures and the blue figures. It's responsible for all the white ones and the green one. So without that sensor, I would be buggered. Because the one thing it wouldn't do is show me how far I've gone. In fact, it wouldn't even move. So, and I can see the sea. If you look to our left as I'm riding, right as I'm riding along, you will see the Belmont House. So that's whereabouts it is. So that water that you can see next to it is the water that you see on the picture. When you look at the pictures there, you can see basically that's exactly it on the map. That's where I'm staying tonight. Put it back on the map to finish off. So yeah, so that's the other side. So we're looking at the back side of the house basically. But we're going to go past the house because we want to make sure we've actually finished. And what we're going to now is where you would catch the ferry, which I think is called the Belmont Ferry. I might be wrong. Can't see it in that smaller writing. Right to the end of the jetty, or whatever it is, pier, jetty. So, yeah. So, thank you, Pete, for sorting out the sensor and making it mains operated rather than battery operated. Happy birthday to Isabel. And thank you to all you guys, Mark, Ed, Anita, Sean, Joe, Deanne, Chris, Teresa, I said Teresa, for staying with me, and anybody else who's on Facebook, and anybody else who was watching but wasn't chatting. Absolutely fine to do that, obviously. So thank you to you guys for watching as well. Please hit the like button. We have just finished. Woohoo! And I will see you if you all want to see a proper session where I'm doing a proper length session, and on mainland as the proper John O'Groats on the mileage game. Anita won, absolutely spot on. Well done, Anita. And I think when I was thanking the people who were watching in chat, I'm not sure whether I said Mark or not. So Mark Wood, thank you very much as well. Pleasure to speak to you. And I'll leave it there. So I'll say